When I was about 12 years old, my uncle came around with a guitar and taught me a couple chords, and then he started playing me like music like Neil Young and a lot of Beatles songs we'd learn and stuff like that. That kind of like started me off and like, oh, this is so cool, they get to make these great songs and get to tour the world. It's something that I definitely wanted to do.
Crying for the one who doesn't love you. All you feel is the pain.
It was a bit of a challenge making this record. If it wasn't a challenge, then I wouldn't have learned anything from it, so I'm happy about that. I worked with a producer for a few tracks called Jack Knife Lee, and I had a song that we were working on for a long time, and he kept saying I needed a new chorus, and that can be sometimes hard to hear as a writer, but in the end it was good. He challenged me, and we got there, and I'm thankful for that. The experience I want to give when people hear this album is I want them to have their own experience. When I write a song or when I listen to a song, what it means to me could mean something different to the next person, and that's the great thing about music is interpretation, or literature or art as well. And so yeah, I want people to have their own experience from it.
You don't know why he doesn't want you. He hasn't called for days.
The recording process on this album was very different to my first two records, because I was in the studio and I was kind of recording as I was writing, and then the label liked the recording, so I ended up producing quite a few tracks on this record, which I didn't expect, or had no intention of. When I did my second album with Rick Rubin, it was like just straight into the amp. It was very pure, very simple, and he said that's how you get the best of the best signal and the clearest sound. So I just did that. I just kind of went straight in, didn't use many effects. I never thought for a second that my productions would be on the record. It was I never thought I would get into producing at all. So it was kind of a happy accident in a way. I just pressed record as I was writing the songs, and they turned out like they did.
So dry those eyes and don't be afraid, 'cause the rhythm of the lovers ain't the same.
I think yeah, live music and recorded music they do have their own good and bad things. What I like about recorded music, well, you can listen to it when you want, for a start, and it's an opportunity to experience the music on your own as well, and it's my own unique experience that I'm not sharing with anybody else at that point in time, and I think it's a special thing. I think there is something satisfying listening to vinyl as opposed to an MP3 file, because you know, it creates different waves. You know, you have digital waves, which is created by the files, of course, and then you have the more natural sound waves that come from a vinyl record, which I believe is a little bit more satisfying for the brain, I think.
They say it comes in threes, love, hope, and misery.
I'm a big Jefferson Airplane fan, and they've got a lot of cool production, and they were probably, like, for me, like one of the coolest psychedelic bands around. And like that song White Rabbit is it's a great production. It's very minimal, and to have such a big sound with such little going on is a really cool way to make a song as well. One of my favorite albums, I'm not a big fan of a lot of his work, but Inner Visions by Stevie Wonder is a great album, and I think he did a lot of stuff himself on that album, and great songs and great production.
Can you dance to that?
Well, I have a song on my new album called Never Wanna Dance, so I'm not much of a dancer, that's for sure.